Cashmere is the most rare and precious natural fibre in the world. Its lightness, its warmth, and its caressing touch make it one of life's ultimate pleasures. To reach the catwalks of Milan, Paris, London, and New York, Cashmere has to make an incredible journey. A journey that takes us all the way from the grasslands of Inner Mongolia in China to the lochs and mountains of Scotland, where the finest quality cashmere in the world is spun and manufactured. This is the story of that incredible journey. From goat to garment, the Cashmere Trail. The story of Kashmir is bathed in romance. In 16th century India, Kashmiri craftsmen wove shawls from this downy fleece, hence its name, bought from the caravans of traders that travelled along the Silk Road, bringing their precious cargo from China, Tibet, Afghanistan, and northern Persia. The Indian Emperor Akbar is known to have owned several of these shawls in a multitude of exotic hues. However, it was the early 19th century French Empress Eugénie, a celebrated icon of style, who made cashmere fashionable. Legend has it that her shawls were so fine they could be drawn through a ring. Cashmere is one of the softest fibres in the world, yet the product of one of its harshest climates. The finest cashmere comes from the goats of Inner Mongolia, grazing on desolate stretches of land and exposed to the most extreme climatic elements. The harsher the environment, the better the quality of the goat's undercoat, which is why no other cashmere can match the cashmere produced by the goats of these barren plains in Inner Mongolia. Chinese cashmere fibre comes in 3 colours: brown, grey or white. White cashmere is by far the most valuable, and the majority of this originates from Inner Mongolia and China. The fibre's name reflects its early association with the Indian state of Kashmir, famous even from Roman times for its fine shawls and scarves. In the long fierce winters, when temperatures can fall to 40 degrees C below zero, the goats grow a downy underfleece of soft, short hair beneath their thick exterior coat. It is that undercoat which is cashmere. In the early summer, both coats molt, and nomadic farmers begin the painstaking task of combing out the precious hair. Timing of the harvest is critical. Too early, and the cashmere isn't ready to be shed. Too late, and it'll be lost at pastures blown away by the desert wind. Every morning, the goats are brought to rough compounds to be combed by hand. Before combing begins, the rough outer coat is cut away. Dressed in traditional costume, because this is a time for celebration and the reward of their year's work, the herdsmen begin the laborious task of combing the precious underfleece from their goats. The combing season lasts 6 to 8 weeks, and the amounts produced are small, around 200 to 250 grams per goat. A kilo of raw fibre will yield only 200 grams of pure cashmere, so it takes the cashmere from 3 or 4 goats to make just 1 sweater, and the fibre from 24 goats is needed for an overcoat. When the harvest is over, this rare fibre will embark on the next stage of its journey, to the banks of Loch Leven in Scotland. Here in Kinross, tons of pure cashmere is dyed into a rainbow of colours before being spun into yarn. Pure white cashmere is prized because it will accept any colour, and recipes for 10,000 shades are held here. taking much of its inspiration from the lush Scottish countryside, Todd Duncan is the true home of colour. The business has been spinning cashmere yarn here in Scotland since 1867. It is the world's leading spinner of cashmere yarn and is internationally recognised for its stock service of 165 colours in 228 cashmere, as well as its progressive range of finer counts and cashmere blends of a truly innovative standard. Colour is and always has been at the heart of what Todd and Duncan stand for, and looking ahead to understand emerging fashion trends and the sensitivity of the needs of the international fashion designer has always been forefront of mind. In 1995, it took a major step forward, investing in the creation of a dedicated design studio that provides creative support for customers large and small. A team of people who thrive on the challenge of matching any colour and the technicalities that support cashmere's quality and handle. The company exports cashmere yarn on a global basis, supplying many of the world's top fashion and couture houses, as well as top contemporary designers such as Hermes, Chanel, Hermano Gil de Zegna and Dolce & Gabbana. The process of spinning involves transforming the clean cashmere fibre into yarn for the knitting industry. Cashmere's ability to take colour is world-renowned, and Todd & Duncan's colour range is without comparison. The dyes are matched to colour samples, initially by computer scanner, but the fine-tuning is realised by the skilled eye of master colour matchers, whose experience and understanding of the product is unsurpassed. During dyeing, the raw fibre is immersed in warm water for 3 hours. The quality of the water is therefore as important as the skilled eye of the dyer. The water used by Todd & Duncan is soft, the same magic ingredient that gives Scotch whisky its unique distinction. The dyed raw cashmere is radio frequency dried to a precise moisture content and blended with other colours to achieve the desired shade. It is then carded, teased to the finest gossamer web on giant rollers, until it reaches a perfect, uniform evenness. The finished web is divided, rubbed and wound on bobbins ready for spinning. The spinning process involves drafting and twisting the yarn to smooth and strengthen it. At Todd & Duncan, cashmere is mule spun. This is still the best method for producing the lofty quality demanded by customers. After spinning, the yarn is wound, twisted and boxed, ready to take the next step in the Cashmere Trail, to the world's finest cashmere knitters, before debuting on the catwalks of Milan, Paris, London and New York.